What's going on, everyone? Thrift Barons are here live on this Sunday night news edition of the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show. News has it, Big Rich, the Rambler, Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcasted 26 hours in 2 days. And then another 15 in the Border Wars. This is unbelievable. These guys are crazy. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I was trying to have a version of Crime Tonight with the news, with a bunch of different things. But hey, either way, thank y'all so much for tuning in. It's good to be back in the Colin Scroggins 2 News Studios. Richard, actually been a minute since we've been back here. First one live in 2026. We had a ton of fun at the Border Wars and Holiday Showcase. But how are you doing, Big Rich?
Oh, man, doing fantastic. It's the first show back in the studio for 2026. I know we had a couple of virtual
49ers
shows.
choked.
Well, they play the Eagles. I like their chances in the playoffs, but that's neither here or there. Yeah, there's a lot of sports stories going on. There's a lot of sports stories going on. I'm so
Ray
so
Morris
glad
didn't even make it to Black Monday. He said he got fired on Sunday.
That news just broke when we just came on air.
All right, got a lot we're going to be getting into. Power rankings, dropping them, boys and girls. So that's going to be coming up here. We're going to talk about the schedule. We're going to also recap, obviously, here in just a moment, what we did this past week as a company, which was very special. And I'm super excited to brag about it, Richard. And then we also drop in the Houlihan's Highlight of the Week nominees. So on Monday and Tuesday, we were at Glenwood, the showcase by Coach Dusty Perdue, Border Wars, 17th year. Hospitality room was fantastic. I ate really good over there. We did 4 games on Monday, 5 more on Tuesday, 9 total, Big Rich, and had a lot of fun doing it. The boys, Glenwood boys, won both their games. We saw Calvary boys. We saw Lee Scott, Deerfield Windsor, Tuscaloosa, Morgan County. We were able to see Opelika. Like as I mentioned, Lee Scott. And so glad that Schley County. I'm glad we were able to see these teams. I'm glad we were at a broadcasting phenomenal event put on by Coach Dusty Perdue. And we learned a lot. And I think the Gators, them and Lee Scott, that's going to be a battle for boys and girls region championship. And don't sleep on Beulah either. They're a pretty good team,
Beulah's
too.
Good, yeah.
So it's Beulah, Glenwood, and Lee Scott fighting for 2 playoff spots this year. But had a lot of fun at the Border Wars.
Oh, it was absolutely fantastic. The hospitality room was great, and just everybody on the campus of Glenwood did a phenomenal job of putting it on in 2 different gymnasiums for the first time ever. It was the 19th annual Border Wars, and we had basketball games in the lower gymnasium, which was great because we didn't have to stay there till 12:30 at night. So the games actually ended right where they're supposed to end. But what a fantastic 2 days calling the Border Wars.
Yeah, so thank you again to Dusty Perdue for allowing us to be there for that. And then, of course, 16 basketball games in 2 days, 26 hours of streaming, 13 hours both days. We went nonstop from 10 o'clock in the morning to 11:30 at night on Friday to 9 o'clock in the morning, Rich, as you were just cheesing away at this. I know this, you're really happy about the fact.
They call me Mean Mug, and I don't know where they're getting that from. But there's a new Richard Holdridge in 2026.
Rich is making a cognizant effort. He looks like, if you've ever seen Batman 1989 version with the Joker, and he's giving his products out. Love that Joker. And you see all the victims that end up dying, they have this evil grin on their face, and that is exactly what Big Rich is looking at. But on Friday, we 10 o'clock to 11:30. Saturday from 9 to about 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Ton of fun. Obviously, I think the biggest storyline, Muskogee County Schools went 1-15. But I will tell you this. They are playing bigger schools. I mean, remember, aside from Northside, that is a 4A school this year, everybody else is 2A. Okay? Right. We had 6A Russell County, 7A Opelika, 7A Auburn, and it's 7A Dothan in it. We had 1A Chatco, 4A Harris County, Calvary, which is a private school, were some of the teams. So these are bigger schools. I'm going to tell you, I liked how Kendrick played. I know they got beat by a Dothan team that has one loss this year. I thought they played them very competitively in that game, especially when you're playing one of the top teams in Alabama,
Yes.
7-8, Richard. You know how good Dothan is. Spencer, I think this team has a chance to make another deep playoff run. I like how young and talented they are. I just think Chatco's really good. I think they're the best team in 1A. I think they're going to win a state championship. Simpson, Tullis,
Bam Purnell.
and Bam Purnell. Those three guys, they can literally score at any point. To have three guys with the ability to put 20 or 30 a night on every single game you go out, you got someone that can just fill it up like that, and you can't take away one option because you got two more there.
Yeah.
I just think Chatco's really good. Carver boys, I think they solidified themselves as the best team in our area, and I think they may be better than last year. What I saw against Auburn, even if they had Antoine Daniels, he didn't get hurt, I still think Carver was going to win that game by 15
question.
or 20. Central boys and girls, both kind of rebuilding. Jabria Lindsay, I think, when healthy, the best player in this area as a senior, trying to get her 3,000th point.
Yeah.
She looked fantastic. Central was able to beat Hardaway, who played without Rihanna Boynton. That was a lot of fun. I think Hardaway, again, with Kelly Ellison and her staff, Richard, they're going to be vying for that best team in the state when Rihanna gets back. Because I think that they probably be undefeated right now with the MVP. So what were some of the things you took away from the showcase?
Well, it was a long 2 days. I mean, starting at 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday with Smith Station girls and boys taking on Jordan. We got to see Auburn 2 days. They played the Northside girls, the Auburn girls, and then they turned around and played the Carver girls. They actually went 2-0 in this holiday showcase. We saw Harris County girls, as Coach Stephanie Ramsey Dunn's team is 9-2. They were able to defeat Columbus. How about the Calvary Christian Knights getting a big win over Columbus? Coach Jonathan Gord's team that, by the way, they beat Strong Rock the night before, so they didn't get a whole lot of sleep going into that game, having that long drive back from Locust Grove. But seeing Chaco and what Coach Glenn has done, Chaco 11-1, they turn around, they beat Marion County on Saturday. I'm excited to see what Coach Glenn can do as far as getting Chaco to possibly win a championship. And I was glad that we finally got to see Central on Georgia Alabama Sports Live for basketball.
Yeah.
To have Jabria Lindsay come off the bench, and I got to be on the call for that. It was a very emotional and a historic moment, and she looked fantastic. Even though she's trying to get her minutes restriction back, trying to just get back into basketball shape. She was their leading scorer. She led the Steam team in blocks, steals, rebounds, assists. I mean, there's a reason why she's the best player in this area, and it's great that she was able to come back from that injury. And I think Central's going to be just as good as that Final Four team last year. The Central boys, you and Coach Black got to be on the call. We got to see a brand new Central boys team with new coach Steve Rogers. They don't have Des Williams. They don't have Willie Townsend, Jacoby Hill, Bryce Dawson, Jaden Ford. All those players are gone. But, he's rebuilding something, and they were able to beat a really good Shaw team. I was blown away by Carver. TJ Woodson and Tobias Tolbert is like the 1-2 punch that is going to be very difficult to stop. Tobias Tolbert had some rim rattlers, like you mentioned on the broadcast, like Shaq. He actually slammed the ball down so hard that you saw like the basketball hoops at CSU. Obviously, they are standalone, and they were just rocking back and forth, or up and down. And he had several blocks. TJ Woodson is just continuing to be that get a bucket player. It's great to see Jacoby Caslin back in the lineup. I was very impressed with the Auburn girls getting that win over Carver. What a night. The hospitality room was fantastic. Coach Kendall Mills did a phenomenal job just being a gracious host. And I love seeing all the who's who that are basketball fans in this area that came out to support these teams at the Lumpkin Center.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to cover it. Again, Auburn girls looked like a dominant team. Coach Pritchett, really impressed by him. I think Shaw boys are very competitive, and I think that with Snead playing well, Coach Hort's team has a chance to make a deep playoff run. Russell County girls 15-0. How about that?
Yeah.
And the boys getting a big win as well. We're going to take a break. When we come back for break, we're going to talk about all these teams in our rankings. Don't go anywhere. Did we get it? Did we get it? I can't get it out. Did we get it right or did we get it wrong? Did we? Can we talk without messing up? There's no chance. It wouldn't be Thrift and Rich unless there's a mess up. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. She'll be right back after this.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Purdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Planet Fitness, there's strength in numbers. The number of different workouts to do.
1, 2, 3.
Different clubs to do it in. Friends to do it with.
Looking good, everybody.
There we are. And the number of ways to recover from it all.
You got this, come on.
And it all adds up to one membership. The Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card Spa.
One more, everybody.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live show here. Richard did not know what to do. He froze, man. And listen, under pressure, your knees are weak. And you want your mom's spaghetti, don't you?
Vomit on my sweater already.
Oh, there we go, Rich. Thank you, man. Georgia Alabama Sports Live show. Colin Scroggins, Suno Studios. We get all our news and weather from where, Rich? Colin Scroggins. It wouldn't be news if it is not on Colin's page. Thank you to Colin Scroggins. Also, shout out to the City Risley. If I mess up one more time, Rich, I'm telling you, you put a spell on me. I'm going to find out what you did. I'm going to make sure you mess up next time.
That's Thrift Behringer, everybody.
City Wrestling Championships. Thank you to Ricky Rogers, Mike Frost, Coach Secoy over at Columbus. I saw there was a great showing. I actually drove by there to give Mike a sign. It was packed. It looked like they had a lot of fun. So congratulations to all the championship wrestlers for winning the Alex Squinney player or wrestler of the match. And congratulations to the teams that were able to win, the players that were able to perform. Glad that we were able to broadcast it. And thank you to Ricky Rogers and Mike Frost for their hard work doing that. They've become our de facto wrestler guys. And
they have.
By the way, they'll be doing 2 more wrestling matches this week. All right, rankings time. Throw it up there, Chris. Girls first. And let's talk about the girls. Brookstone 5-5. haven't really played much
They
since
play
the break.
Westfield School on Tuesday.
They will play on the road their first region game. Shaw 4-6. That loss to Opelika on Friday, just really was feeling that was going to be a win for them.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a win, too.
Still think with Walcott and Ship, they have a chance to be competitive in the region, but 4-6, they come in at number 9. Northside, they played Auburn. I mean, they're not Auburn's just a 7A powerhouse. They weren't going to beat them. Still don't want to take nothing away from the Northside Lady Patriots. Glenwood, though, tough one, lost both to Marion County and Terrell. So they're the girls. They went 0-2 in the Border Wars.
They did beat Pike Liberal Arts.
Yeah, this past Saturday.
Yeah.
So they are 9-10. So Glenwood 7, and then number 6, Spencer took one off the chin against Dothan. Dothan girls pretty good. Not taking nothing away from Coach Cinch's team. They're 8-5, and I think they've gotten a really great start. And I think they're definitely a playoff team. So Spencer 6, Glenwood 7, Northside 8, Shaw 9, Brookzone 10.
Spencer begins region play on Tuesday. They are hosting Sumter County, and then they are going to be on the road taking on Shaw on Friday, and then on Saturday they're taking on Carver. So yeah, they got 3 region games this week. We'll get to find out what Coach Tinch's team is all about. I still love the Rosser twins, the Rosser sisters rather, Nowdra Rosser, Karma Rosser. They are fantastic. Glenwood, they're playing Beulah this Tuesday. And I'm excited to see what Coach Purdue has got as far as Hallie Palmore. She won player of the game. But they also have some other fantastic players like Malaya West Sanchez and Emerson White. I mean, they will come around as be one of the top teams in their area. And we'll find out once they get into area play against Beulah. Northside, we'll see them play probably one of the best teams in 4A, Central Carrollton. And it doesn't even matter if it's boys or girls. They are outstanding. Obviously, Harris County, Griffin, Stars Mill. Yeah, that region schedule, it's coming up, and it's going to be tough for Coach Jarquella Woods. I'm excited to see Shaw and Carver, as me and Mike Peacock will be on the call on Tuesday for Shaw and Carver, and then Shaw will host Spencer. And then, of course, Thrift, I don't know, maybe our friends at Middle Georgia Sports Live might be live streaming that Tuesday game at Westfield School, with Brookstone is going to end up taking on the Hornets of Westfield School. But fingers crossed, maybe they might be a live stream in that game.
Maybe. And if they do, we'll be excited about it.
Yeah, they've been live streaming a lot of Westfield School basketball games.
Number 5, Carver, 3-8 on the year. But again, I still think I like what I saw from Bass. You saw them. You were on the call for that game.
They were good.
They got players that can score. And again, I still think they're going to be between them and Hardaway, the top teams in this region. So I really don't focus on the record there. Same thing for kind of Pacelli and the boys. We'll talk about them in just a moment. Harris County 9-2. How about Coach Ramsey Dunn's team? They're on their pace to win 20 games once again, even without Janiyah Broom. Harris County's got some big ones, including Manchester at home this Saturday. We'll have Rick Beach and Ethan on the call for that. Kudzu, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Number 3, Hardaway, 6-4. We will see Hardaway. They do have some games this week. We won't see them.
Yeah, we won't see them on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. They do play Columbus this Tuesday.
Yeah, and I think they're going to take care of business against Columbus. Pacelli girls come in at number 2, 6-3, beat East Coweta. I think Bryant Thomas's team.
School.
And they're doing this without Grace Smith, and there's potential that Grace could come back, and they're without Mo too.
Yeah.
I think right now Pacelli definitely the favorite in their region, and why not? Athens Christian girls, really good, but Pacelli's still up there as a team that could maybe go for a 3-peat, and they won back-to-back. And then Russell County, 15-0. How about Coach Ricky Jones' team and Mackenzie Word? They're about to hit the meat of their season. They're going to be taking on Park Crossing in a little bit. I can't wait to see that. But I think this Russell County team has a chance to do something very special this year.
Well, let's start with that Russell County Warriors team, 15-0, taking on the defending 6A champions, Park Crossing, who's 15-1. That's going to be a big matchup in the state of Alabama, and I know the WFSA is all over that coverage over there in Montgomery. That's going to be on Tuesday. How about this matchup? Harris County taking on Stars Mill on Tuesday. Man, we got to make Tuesday like, you know, during the football season when I had the halftime show, we got to get score updates for all these scores. Because you got Harris County taking on Stars Mill.
Attaboy,
Sign
Rich.
me up for that one. You know, Stars Mill's 11-1. That's going to be a great game. Pacelli, that they obviously they got Westfield School going to be at home in a couple of weeks. I think that they'll be on the road. I think they got some tournaments coming up, but we won't see them for a while, and probably till next week. And Hardaway, of course, they've got some games on their schedule, some region opponents. They face Carver next week, so that's a game that I'm intrigued about. I'm interested to see, and look out when Rihanna Boynton comes back from injury. I think that Hardaway can compete for a state title, and I've yet to check Kyle Sandy and Sandy Spell to see where he's got the top teams in 2A, but I know that he has not ranked Hardaway, but they were ranked in the preseason rankings, but he's dropped them out of their rankings. So I'm interested to see where he's put Hardaway.
Well, we're going to try to have on Kyle Sandy
Love
this week.
Love Kyle Sandy.
Maybe this Wednesday or next Sunday to kind of talk about his rankings and maybe even help him as we start the GIAA, give him some GIAA rankings to be a good part of his stuff.
That'd be kind of cool.
We'll give you a top 10 for all the GIAA to throw in there. We'll see what Kyle has to say about that. All right, let's talk about the boys' rankings. Number 10, they were 9-1. They've lost 2 in a row. Now they're 9-3, but I think Kendrick still has a chance to make the playoffs this year. I don't know about 20 wins. I mean, they're in that same boat with Spencer and Shaw, Columbus, all vying for that spot right behind Sumter County, behind Carver.
Right.
But I got Kendrick number 10. Glenwood went over Pike. They're now 9-7 on the year. They've won, I think, 4 or 5 straight.
Yes,
They're playing really good basketball as they're heading into region play. So Glenwood comes in at number 9. Number 8, Calvary, 10-3. GIAA rankings on Max Preps has them in the top 5 right now. They got a massive matchup at home taking on Pacelli. Can't wait for that.
Sign me up for that one.
Shaw, 6-4. I really have loved if they would have got that win over Central. They were winning that game.
Yeah.
That would have made me feel really good about that preseason pick with them. But Shaw, number 7, Calvary, 8, Glenwood, 9, Kendrick, 10. Rich.
Well, we talked about that showdown, Shaw-Carver, this Tuesday. You will get to see that on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. That's the boys matchup I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to Calvary Pacelli. Thrift, you're going to be on the call for that. I think that that's going to be a game where if Calvary belongs, is one of the top teams in the GIAA, they've got to get over the hump and try to get a win against Pacelli at home. Pacelli is a little vulnerable this year. I know they played a lot of tough opponents, but 2-6, you're talking about a team that had a 40-game win streak, and this year, they've played a lot of tough opponents, but they still have great players. I still think Pacelli is one of the top teams in the GIAA. Just looking at the rankings, and so far we have, when we talk about what Kendrick has done, a team coached by Coach Andre Dye is always going to be competitive. Kendrick, looking at their schedule, they are actually going to be taking on Jordan on Tuesday, and then they will host Columbus on Friday, and then Sumter County. So they got a chance to get some wins under their belt. And I just skipped Glenwood. Glenwood at number 9 is taking on Beulah this Tuesday. So another jam-packed Tuesday action of high school basketball. I can't wait. And so far, so good. I like how the rankings have gone so far.
Number 5, Spencer, 8-2. Dropped a 1 against Chatco, but still think a really good non-region schedule for them. And Coach Quintavious Allen, they got Carver at home. Holy smokes,
We'll
Rich.
be on the call for that one, Thrift.
On next Saturday, it is going to be
good night.
Packed house for that one. Number 4, Pacelli, 2-6. Richard, they have lost several in a row. They lost both games, but in Florida this past week. They are going to try to bounce back because guess who they got to be taking on? Richard, Pacelli in their first region game. Calvary. In their first region game. So we'll see.
Oh, boy.
As Coach Thomas's teams had a tough start. They've lost to Russell County, Douglas, Griffin, Houston County, South Plantation, and Coral Springs. All of their losses, Richard, are by 6 points or fewer. They have had close games. They've won both wins are against Heritage and 3 overtimes and Central. They got Calvary, Tanner, Hazel Green in the next couple of days. I fully expect this team to start getting back over 500.
Right.
Probably going to be about 14-9, 16-9 at the end of the year. Still would not bet against them not to win a state championship. But Pacelli comes in at number 4 with a 2-6 record. Again, why do we have them over some of the other teams? I didn't mention Smith Station 11-5. Big Rich, as the Smith Station Panthers able to get a win over Jordan in that holiday showcase. So they come in at number 6, and I think they were able to take down Northside. So they're actually 12-5. Yeah, I thought they were 12-5.
I was looking at their schedule, and they actually played Northside.
We'll correct that before we post that tomorrow. But 12-5, they beat Northside.
They are 12-5.
Yeah, they've won 3 in a row, and they play at Opelika, and then they got Auburn on the 13th. So Smith Station 12-5 right now. Spencer 8-2, Pacelli 4. Russell County 12-4. They got a big one against Glenwood. They host them first time ever on Friday. Can't wait to see that. They come in at number 3.
Oh, I cannot wait for that matchup. History made.
So we got number 9 versus number 3 this week. We got number 4 versus number 8 this week. We got number 1 versus number 5 this week. So we got some.
It's a big week.
And we were busy. We got 1 versus 7 also. Chatco comes in at number 2, and number 1, the Carver Tigers at 7-2. They're deep. They're loaded. They're 11 deep, Richard. 11 kids that would play and maybe start anywhere else in this area. Coach Primmer's got an amazing team. Tolbert is becoming that guy where you can – I haven't seen a guy where we could throw it down to him. He literally back people down, back to the basket, and turn around, can finish with either hand, dunk it. He looked like Shaq out there against Tolbert. Tobias Tolbert is becoming a dominant, maybe the most dominant big man in 2A. You got Woodson, you got Truesdale, you got Jacoby Caslin now coming back, Rich, Jalen Jacobs, Tyler Matthews, Jaden Taylor. I mean, they just got so many guys that they play, and I just think they're definitely the number 1 team right now.
And you're probably wondering why we kept Carver number 1, and they're 7-2. They did lose a game in the Lemon Street Classic to the Walker School, which, by the way, was the top private school in Georgia. Tobias Tolbert scored 40 against North Cobb Christian, and he got an offer from Kennesaw State. Just playing up there in the Marietta area is really a lot of eyeballs on those players, and KSU decided to give him an offer. Shaw is going to be the next opponent that Carver faces on Tuesday. And just want to make mention, because Coach Quantavious Allen did put it in the comments, that the game on Saturday against Spencer is going to be at Carver. So it's not going to be Carver at Spencer. It's going to be Spencer at Carver. So it's going to be at Warren Beulah Richard Hopeman Home Gymnasium, Warren Beulah Court. Let's talk Jatco. Chatco, I think, can run the table and win just about every single one of their games. The one team that I think could give Chatco problems is Macon County, which is actually in the rankings for Middle Georgia Sports Live's power rankings. So a big shout out to Brett Taylor and Braden Holder for having that. So that's going to be their biggest test. And then, man, sign me up for that Russell County Glenwood match.
And I want to say this too. I know we had Spencer originally at 3. The reason I dropped them, again, I didn't, in my opinion, I don't think they should have been ahead of Russell County, because Russell County's got the best win out of anyone, coming back down 23 on the road to beat Pacelli. No one's got a better win than that, in my opinion. So I wanted them up there. And why we have Pacelli at 4, because how we do our rankings is chance to win a state championship. In my opinion, and it's because of, again, I understand a little bit has to do with the league that Pacelli's playing in, but they are the favorite in the GIAA. We have to put them up there. But I tell you this, Spencer's got a really good team. Coach Allen's developing with young talent. I liked what I saw against Chatco. I really did. And I think that this team is, in my opinion, I think they're the second best team in their region. I think it's Carver. I think it's Spencer, Shaw, Kendrick, and then I got Sumter County right after. I think Spencer's definitely the second best team in the area. I look forward to being there and getting that rivalry. So it is Spencer at Carver. Yeah. Spencer at Carver. So I know we've already put out the schedule. We apologize about that, but it is Spencer at Carver. We will be there for that. But here are our top 10. Cannot wait to see these games on Friday. Oh, by the way, also Spencer at Shaw we're doing. So we also got Spencer at Shaw. We got
Here we
Spencer
go.
Carver. I mean, we got a lot of games. It's going to be a fun week on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Let's take another break. When we come back from break, we'll do the Hula Hands highlight of the week nominees. We'll bring up that schedule where we're going to be this week and more. Don't go anywhere. It's Georgia Alabama Sports Live show.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Purdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Visions Morning Show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Visions Morning Show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Visions Morning Show, and download the Sports Visions radio app right now in your app store today.
Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
All right, welcome back, everyone. It's time for the Hula Hands highlight of the week nominees. Chrissy, roll 'em.
Benson being guarded by Welch. Benson. Woodson. Down low to Tobias. Tobias spins into a jam. And a one. Tobias Tolbert taking bodies and names.
As they start to warm up here, taken away again at half court. And count the bucket and one for Josiah Willis as she goes in against the defense. No good. Rebound Hostin. He has it knocked away and stolen. That goes back, and a two-handed jam for Jarius Johnson.
Welcome back, everyone. You see those three nominees. Go vote right now, starting tomorrow on our Instagram page. Go vote on our Instagram. Those nominees, you saw them, the dunk by JJ, the and one by Tobias, the and one by Harris County, all at the Holiday Showcase. You can vote on our Instagram. All right, schedule time. Where are we going to be this week? What are we doing? What do we got?
Yeah, we've already teased some of the games we're going to be at.
So tomorrow we got Marion County CVCC men's. Can't wait to see the CVCC boys. Everything start 2026 off with a bang. Calvary Coaches Show tomorrow and the Glenwood Coaches Show tomorrow. I'll be talking with Coach Jonathan Norton and Coach Gordon from Calvary and Glenwood Coach Jesse Purdue. On Tuesday, we got Pacelli Calvary girls and boys, Carver Shaw girls and boys, Pacelli Senior Night Wrestling, and, of course, the Smith Station Coaches Show. So busy wrestling and basketball,
Busy.
On Wednesday, we will have Sideline Stories with Kim and Kelly live, CVCC Coaches Show, Pacelli Coaches Show, Office Hours, Houston Clinic, I forgot to add in there, will be on Thursday, and the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show. Thursday, Houston Clinic, Russell County Coaches Show, and the Brookstone Coaches Show. Friday, Spencer at Shaw Girls and Boys Basketball, Pacelli at Brookstone Wrestling, Westwood at Calvary Boys and Girls Basketball, and Glenwood and Russell County Boys and Girls Basketball. Saturday, Spencer at Carver Boys and Girls, and then Manchester at Ayers County Boys and Girls. So an absolute busy week. As always, region plays here, Rich. In basketball, we got wrestling because, they start their state championships in a few weeks.
That's right.
Kind of put a bow on the wrestling season. And before you know it, we'll have baseball media days in February, and which is unbelievable that it's already here. GIAA state championships. I mean, CVCC, Columbus Lions, a lot coming up.
And I do want to make mention two sports that we don't talk a lot about. Swimming's going on. They're getting the swim meets ready for. They've had the citywide meet at the Columbus Aquatic Center. I mean, all these swim programs that like Brookstone, Harris County, Columbus, they've all met together. And archery, the GIAA champions are going to be at Georgia Southern on January the 10th. So archery, we got Calvary Christian, we've got Winbrook. I mean, we've got some archers there in this area, and I just wanted to shine the light on those two sports.
Well, I can't wait to see what happens, and maybe we'll even get a archery coaches show, Calvary edition, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Well, we've had a lot of fun here, Richard. It's been a fantastic show that we have done. Just a little over 40 minutes. We're going to go watch Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Raheem Morris, thankfully, and the Falcons have fired their organization.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we got the Sports Visions morning show back tomorrow. Me, you, and DJ will be in there all show long, doing what we do on Mondays, Rich, bringing in your day as always. So
Back after 2 weeks.
Look forward to being back in studio tomorrow morning. And basketball will be upon us once again, Rich. A couple coach shows, and then we're doing a lot of region games this week. We even got a rivalry in Carver, Spencer at Carver. That's going to be the kind of the cherry on top that puts an end to what will be a busy week. We can't wait to be there for that. Thank y'all so much for watching. We hope y'all have a great rest of your Sunday night and have a good one. We're not ending it yet. I want to say thank you to the tournament sponsors. Thank you to Philip White Benefits, LLC. We help individuals and small business with affordable health insurance and employee benefits. Get a quote today by calling 706-575-9931. Thank you to Philip White for being a sponsor for the Border Wars and the Muskogee County Holiday Showcase. Without his support, no way we've been able to do 25 games in 4 days. Gordy Eye Care, he's been supporting us for over a year now, the official eye care of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. He's been supporting the community and high school athletics for over 20 years. Give his office a call to set up an appointment today at 334-291-5125. Also, thank you to Club Viago and John Medeiros. Ready to experience life with people you love. Would you like a discount on things you go to every day, like movies and restaurants? Club Viago, you can. Club Viago Venture and savings go hand in hand. You'll find exclusive deals on travel, living, and even healthcare. Go to ViagoColumbusGA.com. That is ViagoColumbusGA.com. And then the Reserve Network. Thank you. Proudly connecting Columbus workers for Columbus companies. Proud to support local athletes right here in our community. If you're looking to build a career or grow your team at home, trust the Reserves Networks. Local jobs, local talent, local athletes. Thank you to those 4 sponsors for helping us provide the coverage for the holiday showcases at the Border Wars in Muskogee County at Columbus State. Thank you to Columbus State and Jimbo Davis. Kendall Mills, fantastic event. Everything was top-notch. Great job by him. Thank you to Kendall Mills and his staff for their hard work. Jimbo Davis and Columbus State for their hard work, and our partnership. And thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see you next time on the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show.